She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Thank you for tuning in. This Coach Erica, Arthur China T, Never Date Just One Sis, is a movement that I created. It is not a movement for women because I don't want people to think it's a movement for me to teach women how to play men. No, I'm teaching women how to properly date men, multiple men at one time, so that they can stop putting all their eggs in one basket, getting their feelings hurt, and thereby taking their damage to another man and try to heal when he probably doesn't want to do that. Okay, so, and they need to recognize some signs in themselves. More importantly, this is about them recognizing some patterns in themselves that they may not have recognized prior to this whole movement. You know, you got a lot of other coaches, dating coaches, telling y'all some of the same things I'm telling y'all. What they haven't told y'all to do is to do a self-evaluation. They haven't told y'all to do that. They haven't told y'all to do a needs assessment. They haven't told y'all to do something about your self-love. These are things that they're missing from their content that mine includes, because I know that there's not much you can do in your life without properly taking care of some things like a real honest self-evaluation. A woman being 100% accountable for who she is and everything that she embodies, so that she can use it to her advantage to be able to attract the men that are at the level that she wants to, that they're at, so they can pull her up. Now, aside from the feminine energy that we were talking about and being to stand in a woman's place, another thing that women have to stop doing is going into things without conversations, expectation conversations. Let's just put it at that, okay? Because when you are roster dating, you're expecting the men that are on your roster to do things for you, thereby fulfilling your needs and making you feel that their energy is where your energy needs to be. Because Lord knows, nobody wants to choose a man that isn't reciprocating the things that you're reciprocating. And a lot of times that's what happens off of a really just great physical connection. You jump into something and then realize this person is not reciprocating anything that you've given them. So now you're back at square one, trying to figure out where you went wrong. Where you went wrong was you stopped expecting, and you never had that expectations conversation. So the expectations conversation starts with the things that you expect to receive from the person that you're intertwined with. Okay, so when you start dating, you expect this person to see you however many times a week. You expect to talk to them however many times a week or however many times a day. You expect to go on dates. You expect certain things. When your expectations go away, then you start settling and you start accepting anything. You need expectations so that you do not accept anything. Expectations are your standards. These are what you expect. These are the things that's going to catch your attention. A lot of times people start dating and have no expectations. So therefore, when they say they're dating with intention, how are you dating with intention when you don't have any expectations for the people you're dating? What do you want them to do? Okay, you got to be able to build your expectations, because you got to be able to know what is going to catch your attention, so you can say, this person must be really feeling me. This person must really want me. But how can you gauge that if you went in with no expectations? I told you, dating is not serious. But at the same time, expectations, what do you expect from the people that you're dating? Because this is going to be where somebody's going to be somebody who you choose to possibly be in a relationship with or a marriage. So in dating, while dating is supposed to be fun and serious and you're learning each other, you still need to have some expectations, because again, you're about to learn and see if the men that you choose to be in your roster are going to reciprocate to you exactly what you give to them, if they're going to be able to give you that same energy. But more importantly, you finna determine if you finna waste your time before you even jump in the sack and give them your body. You have expectations. Now with these expectations, you just ain't just giving up your body just because it's Saturday at whatever time it is and you bored. You expect some shit. So if you're going to ask somebody to come over Saturday at 9 o'clock, you expect them to bring food, wine, and everything else you need. That's the expectation. And if they come empty-handed, you see where I'm going with this? They haven't fulfilled the needs. You told them that you want them to come over on Saturday night. You expect them to bring the food, the wine, and the entertainment. They show up to your house Saturday night. They don't have anything but themselves. They didn't listen to anything you said about what you expect them to bring. What would you do? Still allow them interest into your home? You told them what you expected them to do. And they agreed. And then they showed up and nothing that they said they were going to do, they did. What are you going to do? Continue to move forward with them? Absolutely not. You need to cut them off the roster. It's really simple. That's when you know that they don't need to be in. Why would you continue to move forward with somebody who just showed you exactly what you needed to see, that they're not going to live up to any of your expectations, your standards? You're going to be wasting your time. Going into dating without expectations, without standards is the reason why it's impossible for you to date with intention and for you to be able to get exactly what you're looking for, because you don't have expectations. So nobody can live up to anything. What are they going to live up to? There is nothing to live up to. So you have to have your expectations. What do you expect from the people that you encounter during this dating journey? Once you understand your expectations, then you can better learn how to assess them to see if this person needs to stay. Expectations or needs are run one and the same. Needs and expectation. Are they fulfilling your needs? Your need for conversation, your need to feel love, your need to feel company, and in them filling your needs, are they living up to your expectations? Are they calling? Are they reaching out? Are they texting? Are they spending time? Are they reciprocating? These are the things that you expect, and those are the needs that needs to be met. If none of these is in the forefront of the people you're dating, you've been doing it all wrong, and that's why we're here right now. You went into everything with not knowing your own needs. You went into everything not having any expectations. You're back in this place right now. Failed marriages, failed relationships, failed friendships, because you didn't have you didn't have a standard base. You didn't know what you want, and you didn't know what you need. That's why everything is still so unfulfilled. And everything falls apart that you enter. Marriages and all, friendships and all. You don't have any standards. In the absence of standards, there is no longevity, because you have nothing to compare these people to see if there is any change or any reciprocity in what you're giving them. You have no standards, nothing to compare them to. So it ends quicker. And you're no longer dating with intention. Now you out here just catching bodies. You didn't expect nothing else from it. So now you catching bodies for no reason, because you went in, you didn't know you didn't understand your needs or how to get them met, and didn't even know what they were, and you didn't have any expectations. You had no standards. So now you're just out here just dating, catching bodies, and nobody's reciprocating what you're giving to them. Why? Because you already showed them that you don't even respect yourself to know what you need to be able to get them to fulfill your needs. How can they love you when they can see that you don't love you? It all ties together. Okay? All of this ties in together. When you know what you need, when you have a set of expectations and standards, then you can now say that you're dating with intention, because now you can know what you're comparing stuff to. So on this roster, we got 5 guys, and each one of them got a different expectation. Each one of them got a different standard that you have for them. Each one of them going to fulfill the needs that you need to be met. And in the event that one of them don't, you drop them from the roster and you keep moving on without a care in the world. No remorse. Don't feel bad. Don't reach back out. When you bored late night, you want to send a text back to this person? Absolutely not. Learn how to let things go when it's cut off. A lot of times y'all always find yourself in pickles because you keep reaching out to people who have already showed you they don't want you. There's nothing that you can do to make them want you. But if you keep offering up your body, they're going to keep accepting it, because it comes with no hassle, no expectations, no standards, and no needs to be met. Hell yeah, they're going to keep taking it and taking it and taking it. And you think they want it because it's good. No, they want it because it's easy. So now that we've talked about that, you have got to have a set of expectations before you start roster dating. As you meet suitor after suitor, what do you expect from them, and how can they meet your needs? Once you have that all aligned, then you are ready to properly build your roster. These are all prerequisites before y'all start dating. I haven't even gotten to where you need to go to meet, because I was just out today The roster dating, it's an ongoing thing. Every time I step outside, there are a bunch of single men out here. And every time I step outside, a single man is going to say something. And every time they say something, I'm going to assess them to see if they even need to come on my roster. And every time I assess them, we're going to get to the first date if I feel like they're worth my energy. And when we get to this first date, depending on how this first date go, then I will determine if they're going to go on my roster or if they're going to be cut like a bad habit when I leave this date. Because the first date don't mean they're on my roster. That just means that I'm assessing them right now to see if they're good enough to be on my roster. Because I got a set of expectations. Just because he met me and saw me and I look good doesn't mean he's going to go on my roster. Just because I think he look good doesn't mean he's good for my roster. I got needs and I got expectations. So that now that I know that they are, as I go along and add people to the roster, I'll be, of course, looking at my expectations and seeing how this man can fulfill a need or some needs. When you take roster dating serious and know who you are as a woman, then it'll go in your favor. If you keep approaching dating how you've been approaching dating, that's why you keep getting the same results with different men from different areas at different times. Same results. Nowhere fast, and you catching speed, picking up speed and catching bodies.